Hello everyone, welcome back to 70s and 80s talk. We are in 2026. I am very glad to see the back of 2025. What a disaster of a year that was, one I definitely do not want to relive. I just want 2026 to just stream along. Don't want anything. So I've wrote some reviews and thought I would record them. I've also decided to set up another channel. The link is in my bio. There's nothing on there at the moment. There probably won't be for a while. But I obviously like writing reviews. But I want to keep this channel specifically 70s and 80s talk. So I've set up another account called Midnight Blue Reviews where I will be reviewing other music from other decades and more modern music as well. Obviously, I have sort of reviewed modern albums on this channel, but it's those 70s and 80s stars that I've reviewed their stuff for. Also, how I started writing reviews, I used to write reviews as a teen for a show called Ghost Adventures. And I want to do them again and put them on that channel as well. So if you want to hear more of my reviews, if you're a Ghost Adventures fan and want to hear my thoughts on all of that, keep a lookout on that channel. Like I say, the link is in my bio. I sound like a proper YouTuber now saying that, crikey. So today we are going back to 1986, so late 80s, and the album is a Queen album, and it is their 12th studio album, and it's a kind of magic. It was released, like I say, in 1986 on the 2nd of June. A lot of these songs were used in the film Highlander, which I'm a big fan of. Me and my dad have watched that many times, that film. It's got a great soundtrack on it. Chart-wise, it reached number 1 in the UK albums and 46 in the US Billboard 200. I don't think, from what I've read at the time when it was released, the album, the reception wasn't all that great. There was a lot of talk where people thought this wasn't proper Queen. It was quite different to their sound, what they were used to. But I think as time has gone on, maybe that thought's changed. A lot of these songs from this album are Queen classics, and I think they've aged very well with time. I've said that a lot on reviews where songs have aged well with time. A lot of these songs have a lot of spark, a lot of energy, where if you're feeling a bit down, you can listen to them and you feel better for listening to them. And I think these critics are saying, like, this isn't the Queen we know sort of thing. But critics always do that. When any band changes their sound, critics are straight away there like, well, this isn't what we're used to. But at the end of the day, bands have got to change. They've got to experiment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But they've got to do that in order to find new sounds, because otherwise it'll just become boring if every song, every album sounded the same. And then the critics would complain about that. So the first song on the album is One Vision, and what a way to start an album. I came across this song quite a few years ago and I couldn't stop listening to it. It's got a very serious sound to start the song, and then that gradually builds, and I really love when you can hear that build, those building blocks into a song where you're reaching up, and then sometimes it'll then just plummet back down, it'll go back up again. It's very 80s sounding. That beat with the drums is a very addictive sound, I think. There's such power in Freddie's vocals as well. You've got that bass guitar in there, which you can hear coming through. Everything just works really great in this song. There's some random sounds in there, like a pan being hit or something. And if anyone has watched Bohemian Rhapsody, there is that scene where they do use all sorts of stuff. So I'm assuming that did happen, and yeah, maybe it is a pan being hit. there's so much drama in this song. The theatrics in the song are great, but not over the top. And again, you can feel that build in sound, and then you get that squeal of guitar in there, which is just a stunning piece of guitar. And then the beats of the drums are just very striking as well. It's all on a level which mirrors each other, each instrument and Freddie's vocals, and I think that's why it just makes it a really good song. So the second song is It's a Kind of Magic. Of course, everyone knows this song. The lyrics straight away, the clicking of the fingers, you know it's this song. There's like that maracas sound in there. I don't think it is maracas though, there is a name for it. I think it is something synthetic possibly that they used. I'm not sure what that is. Somebody watching this will know what I'm on about and be like, that's what that is. Thank you. To that future person. The bass guitar adds a really nice edge to the song, I think. And I think actually the bass guitar really carries this song. And then you've got them blips of sound from the electric guitar in there, alongside these more zoomy bits of guitar that zoom away, which is perfectly timed towards the end when you then get Freddie's yeah where he sings that bit and haha and the woes and all of that. It's a really good way to end the song, quite creative actually, instead of just sort of fading it out, the sound. So number 3 is 1 Year of Love. I haven't wrote much for this, so there's a real feel in Freddie's vocals, I think, straight away. I mean, it's Freddie Mercury, you know, you're not going to not feel any emotions when you hear him sing, that's for sure. It's a slower song, there's saxophone in there, but the reason why I haven't wrote much is because it's just not my cup of tea. It just isn't, unfortunately. So number 4 is Pain is So Close to Pleasure. So this is a very 80s sounding song. I'm saying that, released in 1986, but you get what I mean. Fred is singing more high pitched in this song, I would say. But again, doesn't really grab me. Not really a fan of it. I'm listening to it and I'm like, I'm not feeling how I feel when I listen to the first two. Number 5 is Friends Will Be Friends. Again, this is another slow one. It's got some nice bits of guitar in there from Brian, and then you've got Freddie's vocals on top, which they really were such a good duo, I think. You know, the whole band were like, they were all meant to be in that band. They just worked so well together. And in this song with Freddie's vocals, there really is some parts where you just listen and you think, wow, like wow. But overall, again, didn't really grab me. But obviously I'm reviewing, so I do pick points out which I do think that's really good. But as an overall song, it's not something I would put in to listen to, I don't think. So number 6 is Who Wants to Live Forever. I mean, this is up there for Queen. This is one of their best songs. As soon as it starts, you know it's that song. It creates this cloudy, moody atmosphere. I often visually can describe music. I'm strange, but that is how I describe it. Everything is timed so well in this song. The production of it is great. The drums are just right there, as needed, creating that tension almost. And then we go off into this magical set of sounds, and the tempo increases. And I just think it is an insane song. And when you listen to it like how I do and you're reviewing it, almost in slow motion, you breaking it down, you do realise how much is actually being put into this one song. And the drops in sound after Love Must Die, after Freddie sings that, it just hits. It just hits in a particular way. With that delicate bit of guitar in there, what a song. And it's like everything gradually comes together. And when everything does, that sound is just something else. Number 7 is Gimme the Prize. An insane bit of guitar at the beginning of that song. This song is quite heavy, I'd say, which I really love because I really like sort of heavy rock songs. The guitar solo is something else I wrote there. It's Brian there, like the talent he has and the creativity to create such great solos is unmatchable, really. There's nobody like Brian May for his sound. He's very unique. And you know, you've got millions of guitarists, right? And yeah, a lot of them are good. But the difference is, can you identify a guitarist's work? And that's the difference between your good guitarist and your Brian Mays. You know that's their sound. They've created their own thing, basically. So number 8 is Don't Lose Your Head. This is quite a different sound. There's sort of arcade game retro sounds in there. I think Freddie's vocals are really good in this song. But the rest of the song musically, I feel like doesn't match Freddie's vocals for this one. But with this one, I felt maybe I need to listen to it a bit more to get it more. Sometimes the songs I'm like, I'm not going to get into them. Whereas other ones I'm like, actually, I need to listen to them more. Because some of these on here I hadn't heard before, and that's one of them. So number 9, which is the last song on the album, Princes of the Universe. I've got to say, also, the naming of these songs are really cool, some of them. So this one didn't grab me either. But the increase in tempo I thought was really interesting. That sort of speeding up in sound. There's them quick guitar bits in there which did grab my attention as well. So again, there is bits I can pick out which I do like. I did think it sounded a bit like an Iron Maiden song. There's definitely variations in sound in it. It's not like it's just plateau and nothing's going on there. I can say that about it. So overall, I think it's an alright album, I do. There's a fair few songs on there that I probably won't listen to. That's why I'm saying alright, just because of that reason. However, there's some real gems on this album. The ones I picked out, which you'll be able to tell which ones I'm talking about, that really are some special songs there, which really show their talent off and how unique they are and how they can really create a really good song. And it's okay that some of the other ones I'm not keen on, that's fine. Because to be honest, the gems on there are enough, you know. It's alright if there's some that I don't like, because they are some fantastic songs which I listen to quite a lot, and I've grown up listening to. So yeah, that is my review. The next review I will be doing is a Meatloaf album, and it is Bad Attitude, so keep a lookout for that. Again, if you have any reviews you want me to do, any artists you want me to review, songs, albums, let me know and I'll have a look into it for you. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm getting my words muddled up now. Thank you for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you on the next review. Bye bye.